Let me guess. If you're here on my channel, it's because you're having a really hard time making decisions and seeing growth in the way that you're looking for your handmade business. I've been there, and that's how I know that this video is absolutely needed out there for passion-based business owners like myself. Let's get into today's video and talk about how you can build your handmade business in a simpler and sustainable way. Let's go back to those feelings that I talked about just a few seconds ago. When I first started my handmade business, I wanted to make sure that I was absolutely everywhere on the market. I wanted to be the premier luxury business owner offering the finest of soaps, body products, and home fragrance products. I did all the things. I went to all the places. I pitched, I did vendor markets, I went here, I went there. And what I ended up doing was burning myself out, right? We could have seen that coming from a mile away. But when I was in it, I really didn't think anything of it. I thought that that was the hustle everyone talked about when you're at the beginning stages of your business. And of course, that led to me overthinking everything, floundering, making new products because no one was buying what I was already offering, thinking there was something wrong with me, thinking that I would never be successful, and people saw right through me and they were judging me for being like a weirdo soap maker. But that couldn't have been further from the truth. And once I realized that it was the indecision, the overthinking, the constant need to tweak something and offer something new, and my mindset and my confidence as a business owner, right? All of those things like compiled into one. Once I realized it was all of those things holding me back, I was able to build a real strategy grounded in actionable things to help me move the needle, improve my confidence, and be a better business owner, right? So I could get back to the passion that led me here in the first place. And that's what I want to talk about with you guys today. So now that we've set the scene, let's break this down in a way that you can take and apply to your business starting today. Let me run down this list of things that I have done that I can just picture other handmade business owners at the beginning of their journey, right? I can picture you doing these exact things, 1, 2, 3, all of them, because I was there and I've done the same thing. So maybe you've made 3 different versions of the same product label this week, and that's different from the last time you launched products. Maybe your cart is full of fragrance oils and you can't decide which ones, and you've got like 15 picked out, but you don't even have a collection theme planned out yet. Maybe you start posting on social media and you're like super into it for 4 days, but after 4 days, you've lost 3 followers and nobody likes what you're posting. Even your best friend isn't clicking the like button or sharing it with anyone. And that's super discouraging. So you just decide like to just stop altogether. These are all things that I have experienced, and we need to fix it. And the truth is, we can fix this. We can very easily fix it with a strategy. All of this back and forth, the posting for weeks and not posting, or the random product launches, or the constant need to tweak the labels, that is all a result of having no strategy in place that's going to help you move forward. As handmade business owners, we fall into this so naturally, so innocently, because we always start from a place of passion. My daughter and I started back in 2021. We were making soap in the kitchen. We don't start from an analytical business-based point of view. We start because we have a true love for something that we want to share with others, which means we have zero strategy going into it. The only thing we really know for sure is that we want to share the things that we're making with others. So then what happens is once things kind of start moving, you start realizing that you have no idea what is going on from like an analytical perspective, or how to actually make a strategy, or how to grow your business, or how to sustain it, or how to manage it in a good way where you're not going to become overwhelmed. But we don't know these things, so we overwhelm ourselves. And without a framework, you just kind of end up second guessing everything that you put out onto the market. Just super quickly, I hope this really hits home for you. And if you take one thing away from the video today, I hope it is this. When everything is a decision, nothing is going to get done. When everything is a remake of an old decision or a redo of an old decision, nothing is going to get done. So let's talk about how we can kind of reel ourselves in and refocus and build a framework that's going to help our business become more sustainable in the future. The first thing you have to do is choose a clear vision. This could be business based, it could be product based, it could be collection based, right? It could be any or all, probably more like all of those things. So, what's the story that you're going to tell this season? I have a video, if it hasn't already been posted, it will be posted soon, talking about the 4 best angles for your handmade business that will help customers flock to you. And this is one of those things that I talk about in that video. How are you selling to your customers? What are you telling them about this season? What products support their pain points? What don't you need right now? What don't you need to create right now? In what ways could you better explain yourself to your customers or better educate your customers about your product? How can you build that trust and that connection with them to create an entire community surrounding your brand versus just throwing something out into the air and hoping that someone randomly stumbles across your post on their feed? Which I will say is a lot easier said than done, right? And it's a lot easier if you have a local based business compared to trying to be like a business on the internet for anywhere, right? Those local fans tend to be a lot more supportive and you tend to build that connection with them a lot quicker. So that might be something to consider if you're not sure where you're headed for your business. The next thing you want to do is create a place where your ideas can grow. You can make this in Canva. You could make it like a little scrapbook type situation. But that's kind of what I have in mind when I talk about this step, because you need a container, a place where all of your ideas can live. That way, as you're moving and as you're making changes, as you're growing, as you're preparing collections, you can kind of see where your jumping off point was, how you've landed along the way, which can help you lead to your next steps. Here, I would highly recommend to think in more of a seasonal way, but not seasonal. Seasonal may have been the wrong word, but I don't mean season based like fall, winter, spring, summer. I mean the seasons of your business, right? That first time that you launch your signature collection, that time you launch your anniversary collection or your first real campaign. All of those things need a place to live. And if you create a container for them, as the second part of this framework we're discussing, then you're able to go reflect and grow, make your forward decisions from there. Okay, this one is definitely going to be the most important. And I know it's the most important because this is the one that I struggle with the absolute most. I met the most resistance within myself when I was trying to do this step here, which was commit to one single path. You don't need a million products. Making something new to offer is not going to solve your zero sales problem. It's not going to bring the community closer to you. What will actually bring the community closer to you is offering the same products repeatedly and educating them on the same products repeatedly. Because as we've discussed in past videos, what ends up happening is if you offer their favorite product and they know they can get it from you at all times, they're less likely to put it in their cart from a big box store and reach out to you to offer the sale to you instead. So, in summary of step 3 of that framework, again, you don't need a million ideas. You need one really good plan where your idea comes from, right? You need the plan in place before the idea. This is not a chicken and egg situation. You need the plan, and then you get the idea from the plan, and then you need a system to help you show up for it. So, how did I use this framework when preparing my collection? Let's go over it. First, choosing a clear vision. I know that I am a storyteller at heart. Okay, I'm not a anchor product person. I'm not a analytical person. I love to create a vision using super strong imagery. So when I chose my clear vision, I chose storytelling, which ended up being a visual storyboard Step two, create a container, create a place for this collection to live. I was able to do that digitally using my product collection planning sheets within my formulators vault, which I'll also link down below, and then committing to one path. And here are the results that I was able to find. After using this three-step framework, I was making clearer decisions, wasting less time, and actually making more moves, in turn, making me more excited and more passionate about the products that I was creating. Having such a great time putting that content out there because I think it's a great representation of what you can do when you have a strong plan, especially if you compare it to older studio vlogs where I'm clearly just like floundering, trying to make things work. So if you're feeling stuck, I want you to know, first of all, it's not just you, okay? We've all been there, but what we can do is work together to build each other up. It's not about working harder. It's about working with more clarity and putting a strategy into place. It doesn't have to be something crazy. Follow this three-step framework and you will get exactly where you need to go. So I hope that helps. And if you have any questions, definitely leave them in the comments. I would love to answer them. I'll see you next week.